Pete and Kimber for breakfast.
Australia Day's done. Sort of like that void the last couple of weeks.
Our resolutions are over.
Yep, everybody's back into it. Here's a resolution for you. How about you grab some Fringe World tickets, fringeworld.com.au, and go and see our mate Will Anderson, who joins us now. Good morning to you, buddy.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. It's nice to be, just in Perth for a cool change from that hot Melbourne weather. It's nice. That's what's famous for your mild weather here in Perth.
Yeah. Well, it's a delight to have you in the studio. You have been a friend of our show for so long. I don't even know how many years that we've been speaking to you. And I don't even remember.
Often it's down the line, though. And so it's so nice when we're in the same studio and we actually
Absolutely
get a hug in. It was real nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, quite the introduction for you here. In WA the last couple of days. You went to the movies in the city yesterday and then found yourself in amongst all the stuff that was going on. The bomb scare and everything.
You ever been in the middle of something and not realise that anything's going on at the same time? It very much felt like the eye of the hurricane. So we just thought, you know what? Maybe we'll just go and see it's the Shakespeare movie called Hamnet, right? It's about William Shakespeare's life. He lost his son Hamnet and then wrote the play Hamlet. And this is this beautiful Shakespearean, quiet, too quiet, I will say, to be in one of those cinemas where they serve food.
Oh, right.
Not a crunching on your popcorn or your nacho style movie.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of loud explosions. At some stage, I was just like bang something. And I didn't realise we needed to be outside for that to be happening because it turns out in the streets of Perth, there was a lot of commotion going on.
Yeah.
So we went out of the cinema and there were just people scattered everywhere, police everywhere. And I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
That's really unnerving, isn't it? Because I've noticed lately there's been a few posts of people around saying, why were there police at this event with guns? And that's really not something anyone wants to see. And everyone's like, oh, well, it's, just to show that they're there and to make everyone realise that there's support. And but then when you're seeing people running around and there's lots of cops and things, that's not a great feeling.
No, I mean, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, man, this is a bit old school Western Australia. Maybe Ben Cousins is back at it these days. He's having a good time out in the streets.
Like, I want to go back inside.
Yeah, this is good, guys. Let's go. All right, good old days. Let's get the gang back together.
How was the movie any good? Was it? Because I've seen plenty of people talking about it. Go and see it. Maybe don't go and see it.
Depends on what your version of any good means.
Yeah. Is it worth me going and seeing?
Do you feel like you would enjoy a movie about the romance between William Shakespeare and the woman he fell in love with and the kids that they have and then one of those kids dying and him being tortured by that and writing the play Hamlet?
If it was a Tuesday.
All I would say is no loud snacks. There is no moment to eat a nacho. I had a plate of nachos that I could not get down. I was like, do these nachos come with a silencer? I cannot chew them in this movie.
With this many fringe shows on at the moment, I don't think that you can afford to spend your money on the movies.
Yeah,
I get that Hamnet might be brilliant. Sounds it. But,
all right, well,
there's so many great shows to see.
It's true. There is an incredible amount of shows on at the Perth Fringe. We went and saw Danielle Walker do her show
she's
Tinkering.
So funny. I haven't seen her show yet. I find her so funny.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But so many good acts on here at the moment.
Mate, we love having you in town. Luckily for us, we get to have you for a little while through to Feb 15. You'll see Will at Johnny Fox's as well, fringeworld.com.au, and great to have you here in Perth, mate.
It's lovely to see you both. Thank you.
I have watched a thing, and this one is trending number 2 on Netflix this week.
Oh.
It only dropped this week, actually, on Netflix. It's a true story, a documentary. It's called Kidnapped Elizabeth Smart. It goes like this.
Elizabeth Smart was a 14-year-old girl. Family said she'd been taken from her bedroom in the middle of the night.
I saw this cut screen, and the window was wide open. My wife screamed, "Call 911."
Elizabeth was living a very normal life in a very nice neighborhood.
Our community had mobilized. Everybody was willing to just drop what they were doing and search.
We love you. We want you to come home safely to us.
This case captivated the nation. There was a sense of, is it the family? Could he be involved?
My wife said, "Law enforcement don't believe that you're telling the truth." I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, that is one of the most chilling things that you have ever brought to this show. Honestly, to hear him say the words cut screen, taken in the middle of the night.
From her bed.
Like every morning when I get up to come here, I go and check all the bedrooms.
I get it. And that's why it was such a unique story, I think, because at the time they were going, there aren't many stories like this where the child goes missing from their bedroom and it seems really suspicious. And, of course, it makes the police go down all sorts of roads of did the person know the house? How did they know where to go? All that sort of stuff. Now, the doco is really interesting because it directly interviews Elizabeth's dad, who was a prime suspect at the time, Elizabeth's sister, who witnessed her sister being kidnapped.
She saw it.
Who was only 9 at the time, and nobody trusted her account of events.
Oh, because she's just a kid.
So,
that's
and
tough. Yeah.
The doco includes Elizabeth herself.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Because she survived and was returned. So it is a scary series of events that saw Elizabeth missing from her family for 9 months. Right?
And she got out and she got back.
While she tried to find ways to escape her captor. Now, there were times that she could get away.
Yeah.
But she said herself, I knew I would only get one chance to escape and I had to make sure I got it right.
Right.
So she didn't take any chances. And so it's quite a difficult watch because you can get through it going, now!
Yeah.
Now's
Get
your
out
chance!
now. My God.
Frustrating in that way. But it's also difficult because it's a series of investigative errors by the police, by everyone involved, everyone along the way. It is pretty alarming, but an astounding story and absolutely worth a watch. So if you can wrap your head around that, it is called Kidnapped, Elizabeth Smart. It is trending number 2 on Netflix right now.
It's yay or nay. All right, our first yay or nay. DJs in nursing homes.
3, 2, 1.
Yay!
Yay.
I don't know anything about it, but I'm on board.
Massive yay.
It is just as much fun as you think. So there is a DJ going viral out of Wisconsin. He goes by the name of The Q Will, who's been hired at a senior living facility. Not an old people's home. We've rebranded that.
Yep.
And he goes in and does a full DJ set at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, gets the olds up, starts with Neil Diamond, ends with ABBA, and they're all just having a blast.
Do I have to go into a senior facility to have this? I would love a rave at 1 in the afternoon. I'd go to way more stuff if it happened earlier in the day.
We love a matinee here on the show, don't we?
We do love a matinee. We are
them.
matinee people, yes.
We love them. And in the video, there is just one old dude, Gary, asleep in the middle of the room while the whole thing's going on around him.
And everyone's hitting the floor, I bet. No? Oh, I didn't mean having a fall. I meant
God.
hitting the floor as in hitting the deep
dance
floor.
Ambulance is on standby.
Somebody check on Gary.
$15 Midori shakers. Fantastic.
Oh, those were the days.
I love it. All right, next one. Birthday parties for your pets.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Hard yeses all round.
Yeah. When I first got McGruff, we got together with his siblings. So all the other people who took the other dogs from the litter went and we'd get together for the first few birthdays. Less so now. I haven't caught up in a while. But we always do presents and a cake and the dogs get to unwrap their own present and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be rude not to.
Yeah,
We do the same.
I think
Christmas
so.
presents as well. Why
Why
it's
not?
lovely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Usually the first couple of birthdays. And then when you get to sort of the more senior years, you got to start re-celebrating. Be like, Muffin's 17. Get out the birthday cake.
There's not enough
Muffin.
dogs called Muffin.
Well, again, coming out of the States, something's gone viral because police have been called to break up a house party in Ohio after receiving many noise complaints. They rocked up. There was about 60 people partying for a chicken's 5th birthday party. Happy
love
birthday,
this.
Henrietta.
I love this. This is fantastic. Henrietta.
You can't listen to this song without doing the thing. Okay. Well, I love it.
This is great.
Huge shout out to Henrietta.
Yeah, happy birthday, Henrietta.
She's well fed. I'm like, maybe she's not making 6. You know?
Oh, no.
She might be getting a bit tough by now, I think.
John Aiken from Married at First Sight with us, the new season upon us. Now, just before we get into this, guys. John,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning, you too.
Kimber,
Yes.
and myself. We're all three single people. Okay,
Right.
Now
Are we?
I've got a great idea. We're going to go to this party that I've heard about. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a fantastic party where you go to get to meet people. Before we go there, though, I'm going to play you some audio that I grabbed from the party. Do you want to have a listen to
Yes.
it?
Please.
Fantastic.
I need someone that's gonna hold me like a baby and smack the booty. Oh my god!
If I turn around and see a short, overweight blonde girl, I'm gone.
It's a great vibe in there right now.
You're not coming for my husband.
If you don't want to be here right now, stay at home and freaking eat chips.
Now, do you still want to go?
I don't.
Do you know
Is
what
it rude to say I don't like any of them?
Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty confronting walking into that as a single person, wouldn't it?
John, I mean, we get the privilege of talking to you every year about what is going to happen on this season, and we hear that this season is very explosive on maths.
It is. There's no doubt. I mean, we had something happen this year that we haven't had before, which is organically at the Hens do. About 6 really strong, overpowering, domineering women got together, called themselves the Boss Babes, and then decided we're going to try and control the experiment. We are going to go after the experts. We're going to put our husbands into place.
How did they go trying to take on the patriarchy?
You know what?
Because someone has done that role. Someone's already in it.
They did certainly. I mean, I remember I would call them out regularly, and so would, and they would say, "John, you don't try and silence me. I know what you're doing, and I'm going to speak my truth. I'm a girl's girl, and here I come." And so they would be really, really forceful with how they operated in the experiment, how they treated their husbands, but also any woman that would stand up to them. So it became. It was a very strong storyline. It was very high school at times, and those dinner parties were just hectic.
I was going to say, did it descend into Mean Girls even amongst the group? Is that
I mean, it certainly was uncomfortable to watch at times.
Right.
Yes, and it didn't matter. Anyone that just came into their crosshairs and stood up to them, they all descended upon them. So it made a very different experiment to watch. And I guess the storyline that will come out of it is what's appropriate and what's actually offensive when it comes to behaviour.
Yeah, okay.
What's respectful and disrespectful.
Yeah, sure.
John, you've watched over the time that every year that people audition for this and say, this is what I want to do, you've watched relationships changing and what people want, and we've talked about the influence of TikTok and how people are getting their relationship advice from online. If we were to just strip all that back and get rid of TikTok and all of the expectations people have of relationships, what do you think people should be focusing on?
Well, I think this year what I've learnt particularly, again, is how you talk to someone is really important. Words matter, and they have a lot of power. And when you speak in a way which is really hurtful or blunt, it's going to hurt not only your friendships but also your intimate relationships. So how you bring things up is so important. And this year, I think I've been reminded of that more than ever. So that's a very strong theme throughout. But also we've got this amazing woman who is our first bisexual woman. She's a real fashionista, wonderful, wonderful person. And she says, I don't mind if it's a man or woman, John, that you match me with. Surprise me. And so she walks down the aisle and she doesn't know whether a man or woman's going to turn around. It's very compelling, her whole story.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now
she's very glamorous.
Now you talk about, it's all about communication and being gentle with our language and the like.
Like the way you two speak in the morning.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, John. That's very kind.
Good listening comes from good speaking.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe we deliver this news gently.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, look, this is going to be confronting in that I'm going to say to you, I know categorically that one of the guys that went into the experiment was dating someone on the outside from the day he went in.
And you know what?
I would like to know if you are able to guess, knowing the men that went in, if you would like to have a stab in the dark at who you think it would have been.
Do you know, that's got me. I actually don't know. I mean, I know that happens.
Yep.
And because they get found out
Yeah.
as the experiment goes along.
And I don't know if this will be found out.
Because everybody's got
I'm prepared
receipts and they go, I know about you.
Is that right?
But I don't know who that would be.
Are there any of the men in there that you suspect might have been doing the dodge?
The funny thing is that when you watch this show, the men and their reactions, because the women are so strong-willed and overpowering, the guys tend to close up and become very quiet.
Right.
So when you ask me that question, I'm trying to think who's going to do that, because they're relatively quiet and well behaved.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
Go on, write it. Give me the piece.
I mean,
of
you
paper,
can write it down if you're
No,
not
we will
brave enough
seal-
to
Can you
say it
tell
on
me?
air.
We'll seal it in an envelope.
I can't say it yet. I'm prepared to
No,
let
I
the
don't
season
know.
roll out a bit.
I don't know.
Because
That
I might
surprises
be
me.
interested in attacking him myself.
You don't want to write the name down
No,
and put it in
no,
an
I
envelope?
don't- I
then
don't
when it
know.
happens, because what I'm curious to know is that you know about this one that happens in the series. Is there another one that happens that nobody's heard about?
No, we don't know
is
there's
it
one in
two
this season.
No, we
different-
don't know. No,
Don't we?
there's not
but
one
what
in
we've
this
had in
season.
the past is people get
Right.
found out like
Yeah.
that.
But this one hasn't been released, and that is
no.
why I'm keeping it close to my chest, but wondering if there was a man that you thought might be the dodgier of the bunch.
No, I
Interesting.
mean, if you'd asked
He's
me about
masked it.
if you
He's
asked me
gotten
about the
away with it.
women, I think the women because the women's personalities are so out there, but the guys are very different this year. They kind of fall into line and play ball.
Okay. The
We're
Daily
gonna-
Mail are going to come for me, aren't
No,
they?
they're going to come after you.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're all waiting to find out who this person is a little bit later on down the track. John Aiken, Married at First Sight. Pleasure as always, mate. All
Look
the
at him
best with the
thinking.
new
You can
season.
see the cogs turning.
Here's what we're going to do. We'll jump off the air, right? Piece of paper and a pen. Want you to write down a name. Going to put it in an envelope. We'll seal it.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. You just told me that you bought your Harry Styles tickets, so that's good.
I bought Harry Styles tickets. I mean, I was so excited, and I bought Harry Styles tickets and then haven't really contemplated that getting from WA to Sydney is going to be more money.
Yeah, so
I will be selling your firstborn child, Pete.
you take your pick.
This is
of all three.
Rumpelstiltskin now because I got overexcited and now I don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
I'm not close to any of them. You can pick which one you want to sell. No, I'm just kidding. No, but after we caught up, I had a bit of a ticket buy yesterday as well.
Did you?
After we caught up with Benji Madden from Good Charlotte, I couldn't
You
help
jumped
myself.
on.
I couldn't help
Yeah, but
myself.
why wouldn't you? I mean, it's Good Charlotte. It'll be a fantastic gig, world tour, and they're kicking off in Perth. So by the time they get here, they will be just ready with all the energy. It'll be great.
RAC Arena, Feb 17. We caught up with Benji. It was an awesome chat. So good. That's why I had to go and buy the tickets. Here, take a listen.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here. It's nice to see you guys.
It is a pleasure. Motel du Cap Tour, RAC Arena, Feb 17, with a couple of awesome people that you're bringing along as well. Yellow Card and Kiss Chasey along for the ride, man. I've got my Etnies ready to go. It's 2002 all over again. We're at the Formal on the Crystal Swan. This is great. We can't wait to have you here in Perth. Now, we were talking about this off the air. It was 2004, the first time that you guys actually played in Perth, so 22 years ago. And then you just dropped this cheeky little thing to say, hey, guys, with a little wink and a smile, not the only time that we've been to Perth. You come and visit mates here.
We do. I mean, so just so everybody knows, especially Perth, you can get a lot of privacy in Perth. I've been to Perth quite a few times. We've got a lot of friends in Australia. We've got friends that we've met even outside of Australia, Australians who we've met around the world. And we've, over the last, 25 years, we've formed some really close relationships, a lot of friends. And some of my best friends in the world live all over Australia, in a few different places. And, we love Perth. The first time we came to Perth, we were blown away. And we're really excited to be kicking this tour off in Perth. That we were really excited that the venue that we had, the routing and the availability, that we could kick it off in Perth. So we're excited about it, and we love Perth. Who doesn't? Tell me somebody who's actually been to Perth that doesn't love it.
That is true. I mean, you will be celebrated, and especially because you are kicking off the tour here, we will be bringing the energy. And a world tour is huge. Do you personally pick which cities you want to go to, like places you want to explore, or do you just go where the fans are?
So it's 50-50. You definitely do get to pick, but then some other factors come into play, like routing availability. I'll tell you, one of the hard things and why Perth wouldn't get as many shows sometimes is it's just expensive. You know what I mean? So when you got to move an entire arena show from, it gets much more doable if you're talking about a 6 to 8 hour drive when you're trucking gear and you have, X amount of, tractor trailers and semis. And you're moving, you're kind of moving a big show and a lot of people. It can get tricky when you're going. It's quite a big continent. Australia is so going to the other side it gets a little bit more expensive. But so some of those factors can factor into tours depending on where it's at and availability and all that. So yes, you do get to pick. You try to pick. But then reality sometimes can get in the way.
Yeah. Tell all your friends how easy Perth works out to be.
And you got to sell tickets, right?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. You've essentially got, 30-odd years of fans, some who weren't even born that are discovering your music. How does that make you feel when you look out into a crowd? Do you notice that there's just this widespread adoration for you guys and what you do?
I'll tell you, it's kind of wild how fast time goes, because it kind of feels like 5 minutes, but then it also feels like a lifetime. It feels like we were little kids when we started, and now to be, grown men with families and doing this, getting to do this again on our own terms. And the way I think with all the lessons we learned and everything we learned over the years, now when we're on stage, I have to say you have a different feeling on stage. It's really sweet. Like you feel really appreciative. You feel really, I think when you're younger, you're just full of energy and you just want to, you're just kind of like, you feed off the energy of the crowd in a different way. And I think that there's something exciting about that. And now I think as dads and as guys who have been through a few decades together, being on stage and seeing the audience and the why, so there's a whole bunch of people that are coming to these shows that have never seen us live.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's really sweet. We appreciate it.
He was so much fun to hang out with. He's just a dude.
He was really lovely. He chatted to us for a bit as well before we went to air, and we all seemed very friendly together. And so I thought, even though he's a very private man about his marriage to Cameron Diaz, I'm going to try and get some info in there about Cameron.
Wait, I felt you worded the question perfectly. It was creative. It wasn't too hard. It wasn't like you were like TMZ trying to go him like it.
I just sort of went in and said, Heath Ledger, the late Heath Ledger from our town here in Perth. I was like, when he first dated Heather Graham, we went, whoa. And then I said, so, you're a big deal and Good Charlotte's a big band and all, but surely when you got together with Cameron Diaz and she said, yeah, I'll go on a date with you, you were being like, whoa, my God, and like Cameron Diaz.
The way that he ducked and weaved.
I actually started to think that halfway through the question he'd forgotten what I'd asked him and I tried to go back in again.
It's fair that you say that. So we've got that audio here, right? Let's have a listen. We get another shot at it.
So it's funny, we're from a very small town as well. So, and we're a really tight-knit family. So, we still go back and visit our town. And I think that I think it's why we get along in Australia so well. It's like, I feel like Australia has a feeling of a small town in some places. And I think that sometimes we relate more to the small town. I don't know. We relate. I just feel like we relate in maybe a different way. So
you do relate to it.
And Cameron Diaz, like your family, you've always kept your family life private, which I think people really respect because we know that some celebrities, they just can't avoid it. We know that people get followed and stuff, but it's just, it was that feeling of just going, it's such a big deal when you end up going, oh my God, she's a Hollywood superstar. And now you're having this normal, healthy relationship.
Quickly people get, out of that, they snap out of that just because of how Joel, Nicole, me, Cameron, all of us, we just kind of try to move through the world in the same way we do our real life, and we always kind of call it like our work life and our real life.
Yeah.
We try to not disconnect those people. Sometimes you have to protect yourself a little bit, but I'll tell you what, we have a lot of fun wherever we go, and we make friends pretty easily. And with music, it's so easy. It's like coming to town for a tour. You get really warm welcome. Everyone's excited you're there. And with music, we have sort of more of a niche audience. So people really feel they get to know us in a different way. And we always get along great wherever we go, and I hopefully if that continues, we haven't had any problems. So
it will, mate. I'm sure it will continue. It'll continue well into the Feb 17, where you're going to be kicking off the tour with us, and I'm excited because I get to dust off my etnies again. I haven't worn them for 20 odd years, mate. So it's going to be great.
And your Jinkos, get your Jinko jeans out, bro.
Absolutely. Hey, mate, just a couple of things in case, just in case, right? These are a couple of little just in case questions in case you find yourself with a cheeky 5 minutes and go, hey, Pete, Kimber, let's go out. Let's go and have some fun. Do you like animals?
Where are you taking me?
Do you like animals, water slides, botanical gardens, or fish?
Like fishing?
I can do fishing.
I like fishing.
Okay.
I like fishing. I like, who doesn't love to go see the animals? Fishing. Don't worry, I throw them back. And golf.
Oh, yeah.
Big golf.
Okay. All right. So just
we've
looking.
I'll bet you there's some. I bet there's some
Take care of
sick
you here.
golf.
Yeah, there's some really nice golf in Perth, mate, and some lovely places. Good. We'll lock those away and we'll start making a few phone calls, mate. But we are so excited to have you guys here. We can't wait. As I mentioned, you can grab your tickets and whatnot. RAC Arena, February 17. Benji Madden from Good Charlotte. What a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by on the Pete and Kimber Show.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, next time he's doing a little sneaky visit to Perth, like, do you want to drop in, say hi? We'll make it really subtle. We'll be really quiet about it.
On the way out.
Yeah, cool.
So, Benji Madden there from Good Charlotte. I feel like an idiot. After we had that chat, I was like, we're vibing. So I'll send him a message on Instagram.
Oh, dear.
Just being like...
Does he run his own Instagram? Is this how you find out?
Well, I think this is how I find out. So we're 24 hours now down the track. There's no response. I just not even read it.
Hang on. Just tell me, though, did you go in with you didn't go in with any cool speak? You didn't try to be like, hey, dude, or what, like, hey, bro, hey, bruv, we're like as if you're mates or anything?
I'll read you the message.
Okay.
What's up, my dog? Money.
Best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money.
These are my kids singing this song.
That's what I want.
They want money.
We all want money. It's getting harder.
It is getting harder. No, in our household, we've got the three kids, Mila, Izzy, and Ollie, and for quite some time now, it's just been a little bit of, hey, look, if you behave today, if you're good, I'll take you to the shop. We can spend a couple of bucks here and there. All right, like it's been that for a long time.
You and I had an interesting chat before the end of last year, where you mentioned that you went to the movies. We remembered when you went to the movies as a kid, and you got one of these dinosaur cups or 3D cups or something that when you filled it with drinks at the movies, it would change colour. And you were like, I remember there was a special day my mum took me there. And I'm like, kids now just think that you get that every time you go out.
Well, we did when we said.
You remembered
100%.
it as a special event the day you got a special cup.
We
and
went to
now it's
Wicked.
like, that's standard.
Yeah, that's what it was. We went to Wicked.
Yeah.
And they were like, we need one of those, Dad. So, okay, no, we're implementing something. We're building a pocket money chart.
Oh, okay.
Right? Our very first one. We've
Yep.
never done this before, right? It's always just been sort of, let's see how we go. We're building a proper pocket money chart and the kids can do chores and they can earn money around the house. And 131060, I really desperately need the advice of the great people who listen to this show.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is because once we started sort of building this thing, there were two big questions we asked ourselves. The first one was, what are the tasks that the kids can actually earn pocket money for?
Okay, yeah.
All right. And the other one was, what are those things worth? Okay, so let me give you an example.
Oh,
right?
yeah, these are tough.
So this is tough because it's a bit different these days, right? So some of the things that we listed that they can earn pocket money for are cleaning their rooms, feeding Indy, our dog, making the bed, washing the cars, putting the toys away, brushing your teeth twice a day, going to bed on time, doing your homework, unpacking your school bag.
I think they're great, but I do see flags in there where I think, like, at what point, because some of these chores and some of these things are just things you have to do as part of being a family and being in the home together. And so, do you give them money for doing the dishes or do you give them money for this when that's just also part of living and that's what you've got to do because we all work
100%.
together and we've got to contribute.
Yeah, 100%. And this is why I need the advice of the people listening, right? 131060, because where does all this sort of stuff sit in your household? And then the other thing was, what are those things worth, right? So let's take washing cars, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our eldest, Mila, we spoke about if you wash a car, we'll give you some money. She washed my car. She wanted $20.
Okay,
all right. Now,
right.
$20 I thought was astronomical, right? But I'm also thinking about it in terms of when I was a kid washing a car, I'd get a car. So I said
and
to her...
no one wants to pay that much for child labour.
Yeah, exactly. So I said to her, no, you can have $3 if you do a good job. Now, because Liz, my wife, works for the central bank, she inflated that to $5.
To be fair,
so
your car is big.
It's a big car. It's a big car. Now, but it has to be a good job. Like, I want to see some spit and polish to go into that sort of... I want to eat off the bonnet.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So, so that's sort of where we're sitting, but it is tough. It is such a tough thing to try and build.
131060, give us a call and tell us what you're doing for pocket money and what how much you're giving and what they're earning to do it, like what they have to do. But can I just give you a quick update on what the stats are in Australia at the moment?
Go for it.
So apparently, across the board, they reckon that it's based on age. The average pocket money right now is 5 to 7-year-olds are getting $6.50 a week.
Okay.
8 to 10-year-olds, $10.30 a week. 11 to 15, $15.60, and 16 to 18, $22.70.
Right.
Now, I've done some quick math for you.
Yeah.
And I realise, like, you've got kids that are, what, 9?
9, 7 and 4.
7 and 4.
Yep.
I've put your 4-year-old into the 5-year-old category because, like, he's going to be 5 this year.
Yeah.
I've worked out that that the 5 to 7-year-olds will be getting $338 a year each.
Okay.
And the 8 to 10-year-olds getting $535 a year.
Yeah.
So for you... for your family, pocket money at that rate would cost you $1,211 for the year.
A year.
I mean,
You
that's
know
a
what?
car
Well,
registration, mate.
I know it is, but it's also not a bad... If you get all those chores done and the help is around the house, I wouldn't mind paying that.
Well, especially that the alternative is that some parents said they don't like working with cash with their kids, so they're building investment portfolios rather than the cash, and they're setting aside $2,000 annually per child,
That's
so
another-
$6,000 for you.
That's another conversation entirely. We are stacked with calls. If you are living this life right now, this is your segment, all right? Absolutely. You're going to get a lot out of this. Nikki, you're not doing the pocket money with your kids. What's the go?
No, we've ditched the pocket money chart now because it got to the stage that every single thing I'd ask my son to do, he would say, what's that worth? What's that worth? And sometimes he thought it wasn't worth it. So now we've changed to an allowance. So you get $5 a week and the expectations are that you do the dishwasher, feed the dog, blah, blah, blah. And when you don't do those things, it starts getting deducted. So it starts with that's the expectation of the family, part of the family. You all get in and do jobs, and if you don't do that stuff, the money comes off.
Nikki, how much money are you getting for doing the dishwasher and feeding the dogs?
So not nearly enough. Not
Exactly
nearly enough.
right.
But I'm documenting though.
Yeah, amen. You're keeping those receipts, Nikki.
I'm going to come and collect one day.
Yep. I get what you mean about the negotiating thing because our eldest does that. She negotiates already. So it's a really interesting strategy
You're
there.
supposed
I
to be
like
doing
that.
things with each other because you're a family and they're meant to be helping one another, and they're good things to instill in one another that if you can do for family, then you do.
Yeah. Hey, Brendan, now you got a 6-year-old and he's technically got a job. What does this mean?
So I do fruit and veg deliveries, early morning starts.
Mm-hmm.
So I start at 4 o'clock. So every Saturday he gets up with me. The alarm goes at 2:30. He comes along and does basically a full shift with me. Got his high vis. He's got all my customers wrapped around his little finger, so he gets cookies and cakes and everything and donuts all along the way. And he's been doing it for about 8 months. I've opened up his own bank account, and he gets $20 per shift.
I love that.
So he uses that to buy his own things. He recently, just before Christmas, bought himself his first pet. So he got himself an axolotl. He paid for that. He paid for the tank. And I've just noticed that he obviously is getting an understanding of what things are worth. And then when he actually buys it, he treasures that more than anything I've ever bought him as a toy, you know?
Oh, mate, you are.
And also,
that is great.
Your 6-year-old is has been on this earth before or is a very wise person because,
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at getting an axolotl and when I realised how much work they were, like your kid is in a whole other realm here.
Mate, at 6 months old, I said exactly those words. This guy's been here before.
Unreal. Brandon, that's great. I love the way you're teaching your kid what you're teaching him. That is awesome.
Now, Samantha, you've gone for a totally different system.
Well, we invented something called I'd Be Delighted To Mum Jar. So it comes with a little set of bingo tokens, and so whatever job it is that I'd like the kids to do, they have to say, "I'd be delighted to, Mum," which actually makes you want to put a smile on your face and makes you
That is
happy to do whatever
gorgeous.
job it is. So there's no Mum. And basically, the tokens are only worth 25 cents each, so you can do. Well, that they will negotiate as kids do, as the other callers have said. It's 3 tokens, or it's 5 tokens, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But and then the tokens go into the communal jar with their first name initial on it, and then at the end of every period, whatever that is, a quarter or a month or whatever, they take the tokens out, they count them up, and then they have however much money. They've actually got quite a whack of money,
Well,
like
it's
pre-Christmas
good
and
because
stuff.
you teach them compounding. Like that's what I love about this in particular. I mean, the happiness and the I'd be delighted too, fantastic, top notch. But you teach them that it doesn't take long to actually build a nest egg there. Yeah. Oh, nice one, Samantha.
I
Thank you
love
so
the
much
name
for
of it.
joining us. Thank you.
The name
Thank
of
you.
that jar is excellent.
Yeah, the I'd be delighted
Because it
to
does
mum
change
jar.
the way you say it. It does
Yep.
change the reactions.
Yep, I
Instantly.
love it. It's
It sort
great.
of short circuits it.
Pete and Kimber for breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays.